Hello, we are back. Hope you are having fun with the exercises. I know I threw a whole bunch at you. Just do the best you can. Remember, you can pick and choose the movements that you need to do. If you're doing the hips, just focus on your hips. You know, as long as this flowing continues, we're good to go. Today, I wanted to do um, a little bit of stretching, right? Stretching qigong. It's called 8 pieces of brocade, and 3 hearts and 9 gates. So we want to sort of stretch out a little bit and open up these areas on the sides. They're called linking vessels, and these meridians on the side, which are connected to the liver gallbladder and the kidney that runs up the center channel, and then the urinary bladder runs down the back. So the more that we are stretching out the ligaments, the more chi flows, the more electricity flows. If chi flows, then there's better circulation. So, but what I'm going to do today is we start off with our stances, and we're just gonna do a good drive by with the lung Qi Gong, and then we'll move on. I want to segue into this kind of stretching and opening the sides. These are really important key pieces because um, remember the meridians in the body, they're just like wires in a transistor radio. It's like, those wires got to be nice, elongated, and stretched out and purified. So there's conductivity. Once there's conductivity, then you have much more effect on getting better circulation in the system. So I'm sorry about the sunlight. Let me just do this here because that light is weird. Here we go. I think this will work better. Right. Now let's start off by bringing down the heavens. All right. Inhaling up, exhaling down, up, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Sweet, great. All right, let's start by standing. Standing is the best way to warm the body up, right? And we'll start off doing our uh, golden chi ball stance, right? And just a little reminder, tailbone drops, so like you're sitting on a very high stool, big toe, little toe heel gripping the floor, hollowing of the chest, dropping of the chin, elongating the spine. Breathing into the lower dantian. One, do our internal meditation. One is fun smiling. Oh, and I'm going to add another aspect to that. I keep adding things, I know, surprise. Um, so while I'm smiling, I want to open up my face. So my right eye is going to look at my right ear, and my left eye is going to look at my left ear. And what's going to happen is that the peripheral vision is going to open up and your gaze is going to slightly soften. So you can see all the way around the head, 360 degrees. So just adding another dimension on a busy schedule for you, I know. Two is shoe with the big toe, little toe heel gripping the floor. Three is tree, roots growing from the feet into the foundation of your home, making the way down through the crust of the earth, pushing still down through the mantle of the earth, pushing still down to the core and tapping into 4 core, core of the planet. 5 alive, the steam chi of the world begins to emit from the center, entering into those roots. Take a deep breath in as you inhale, you pull up that lovely earth chi all the way up through the legs of the lower dantian. Energy goes to the kidneys, to the heart, armpits, and exhale, send the energy down to this beautiful ball. Now we're going to inhale through the byway point to the lower dantian. Exhale into the earth. Pull in from the earth to the lower dantian. Exhale into the palms. And inhale again. Exhale into the earth. Pull in from the earth to the lower dantian. Exhale into the palms. Great. Now to our water pose. Hands down, kidneys back. Hands drill out, knees drill in. Body point to the sky, tailbone to the earth. Inhale, pulling down the energy from the sky into the lower dantian. Exhale into the earth, mixing with the earth energy at the core. And inhale, pulling the energy from the steam up to the legs, to the lower dantian. Exhale into the palms. And inhale again. Exhale into the earth. Pull in from the earth to the lower dantian. Exhale into the palms. Inhale again. Exhale into the earth. Pull in from the earth to the lower dantian. Exhale into the palms. Great. And let's point the fingers to the ceiling. Inhaling from the sky to the lower dantian. Exhale into the earth. Pull in from the earth to the lower dantian. Exhale into the palms of the hands. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, pull the earth energy up. Exhale into the palms. And relax and shake it out. Great. And then we're going to go ahead and twist. All right. Forward. Let's go ahead and do our lungs. Qi Gong for the lungs. Inhale. Inhale. Standing on boat. Forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. Just 3 times each. And lift. Phoenix. Inhale. Exhale. Bring it down. Inhale. Lift. Exhale. Bring it down. Inhale. Exhale. Bring it down. Good. Just 3 is fine. Snake rises from the grass. Place the palms on the, take a little bit of wider step. Drop down, shoulder blades are touching as I inhale. And then exhale up. Then inhale it down again. And then exhale. And inhale one more time. And then exhale up. Good. Monkey swings from tree. Swing up, inhale. Ho. Good. Swing up. Ho. Swing up. Ho. Swing up. Last one. Ho. Good. And then grasping sun, grasping moon, post. Lifted heel, turn, reach up, inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Swirl, remember to swirl, use the feet, push the feet. Use your feet, pushing back and forth. Good. Goes to the opposite side, lift that heel, turn, reaching up, inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Swirl, and I want you to push the feet back and forth. Push those feet, push the foot into the earth. Or the other side, shift, turn, inhale up. Exhale, bring it down. Yeah. Other side. Post, lift, turn, inhale. Exhale down. Good. Now let's go ahead and clear the chakras. Right? Roll the ball down underneath. Bring it up. Inhale. And then exhale, roll the ball down the center. Good. Now bring it up. Inhale, pass it through the chakra to the tailbone. Exhale down. Inhale. Again, tailbone. One more time, 3 times each chakra. Inhale. Exhale. Then up. To swallow the back. Inhale. Pass it through. Oh, sorry, everybody. Let's do this. See if it works. Wait 1 second. Here we go. Sorry about the dog. Oh, Ozzy, call the dog.
Stormy. Yeah.
Where were we? Oh, yes. We're going to go up to the solar plexus now. Up, inhale. Exhale, pass the solar plexus and down. Inhale. Solar plexus and down. Inhale. And down. Good. Then up to the heart. Inhale, pass it down. Inhale, pass it. Inhale, and pass it. Good. Now up to the neck. Inhale, pass it. Inhale up, pass it. Up, pass it through. Exhale down. Up to the back of the head. Inhale up, exhale down. Up, inhale, exhale down. Call the dog, please, Osley. Inhale, and pass it down. Good. Then up, top of the head. Exhale over and down. Up, inhale. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Now go back to the top as we inhale. Exhale and pass, one pass down each of the chakras, all the way from the top to the bottom. Back of the head here. Exhale, down the third eye, down. Up, back of the neck. Exhale, pass it through. Good. Up, heart. Exhale, pass it through. Solar plexus. Exhale, pass it through. And then belly button. Exhale, pass it through. Right? And then pass it through the tailbone. Good. Perfect. Shake it out. Now we're going to do a grasping the clouds to make a pillow, right? So inhale. Shoulder blades are touching. Exhale. Bring the elbows together. Inhale up. Exhale down. And down. Good. Go ahead. Grasping clouds. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale down. Then inhale. Open up. Exhale. Inhale up again. And then exhale down. Good. Good, good. Okay. And then here we go. Return the fetus. Palms up. Inhaling. Over. Exhaling and bend forward into the lungs out. Inhale up. Exhale and swim out. Palms together. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, swim out. Up again. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, swim out. right? So we just open up the small circuit. Last week I showed you the large circuit. Not gonna worry about that right now. Now I want to show you this bits and pieces of the 8 pieces of brocade because we want to make sure that the linking, there's a thing called linking vessels are to be activated. They're like the main route of how the energy, the meridians flow to guarantee that there is balance and activity in the organ system, particularly in the kidneys. So any of these positions are uncomfortable for you, you don't need to do them, okay? But they should be relatively easy to do, okay? So clasp your hands together like this. Bring the hands up to your chest, right? This is called Buddha palms the heavens or Buddha pulls the heavens. I'm simply going to bring the hands up to move my head and push up and stretch. So I'm now stretching, right? And I'm lifting. And I'm lifting up on my toes. And then I'm going to go ahead and lower. Right? Take a deep breath. Now I'm going to bend over to one side. As I exhale, right? Inhale, I return. Exhale, I push up. Return. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bend to the other side. Exhale, come back. Okay, now, remember we talked about using our feet? We don't do anything without our feet being involved. So I'm going to push my foot up on, pushing up, lower. Now I'm going to bend. I'm going to first push on this foot here to bend over and stretch this whole area out. Then I'm going to go and push off of this foot to bring my body back up. So we're really using all the tendons, they're firing all together, right? So there's no isolation involved. Inhale, up, exhale, pushing up. Inhale down. Exhale, bend. Make sure you push on that left foot, right? Exhale, then inhale, and then exhale, push on the right foot to come on up. And float the hands down. Perfect. King removes the helmet is the next one. I'm going to take it's just like the kidney, right? Going to have my hand here, except this hand is going to come right behind the head. I'm going to look to my left, and my right hand is going to be on my left ear. My right elbow is going to pull back. Okay. So now I'm in this position, and what I want you to do is just sit and breathe. Just breathe, right? Inhaling and exhale. You have to do anything here. This opens up the chest. This opens up the chest for the heart and the lungs. It's also really great for allowing the chest cavity to really get a good amount of qi and blood, right? Okay, so now the next thing you do is in the same position, we're going to bend our body to look at the ceiling. So I'm bending, my elbows pointing to the ground, and I'm looking at the ceiling. And then I'm going to push on this foot to come back up again and look at the floor as my elbows pointing to the ceiling. Push on the left foot to come up to neutral, and we do a twisting motion. I'm going to twist over my left shoulder. And if you can't twist, just hold the position. I'm going to just twist. This is great for the spine. I usually get like a nice little pop back in my spine. Look forward, and we do the other side. So the right hand is going to be on the lower lumbar, left hand, it's going to come up. It's going to look to my right. My left hand is on my right ear. My left elbow is pushed back. And just breathe. Siri off, Gemini off. AI is listening and everything. Now we'll look at the ceiling. It's just gonna bend. I'm gonna push on my right foot to bend. And I'm just gonna hold and breathe. Now I'm gonna push on my left foot to transition to the opposite side with my elbow pointing to the ceiling. And I'm looking at my dog. And just keep breathing, just keep breathing. Yeah, come on up. And I'm gonna twist over my right shoulder. Deep breath in, exhale, twist. Come on back. Look forward and relax. Shake it out. I know that's a long time to hold that position. Dividing heaven and earth, right? So make a little ball. I'm gonna inhale. As I inhale, I feel that the ball is expanding. And as it expands, I have to palm the heavens and palm the earth. This is the dividing heaven and earth. I'm gonna shrink the ball. Turn the ball over. Take a deep breath in. As I inhale, I'm expanding the ball, palming the heavens, palming the earth. We want to have our hands as flat as possible. Go ahead and shrink the ball. Now we'll turn the ball over. Same thing, but we want to add a bit of a twist if it's okay. If you can't twist, just go ahead and expand the ball and just hold the position. But if you can twist, I'm just going to turn and look behind as I'm twisting. I'll shrink the ball. I'm going to turn the ball over, bring it this way. Good. Expand the ball, twist, and look behind. And shrink the ball. Okay, so now we're going to do a stretching practice, which stretches out the hamstrings. Remember, we want to make sure that the ligaments going down and the meridians going down over the head, responsible for hydration and circulation. That is important to have. And so, like I said before, if you cannot bring your head lower than the heart, just bring it up to here. Do not bring it lower than the heart. You can still stretch. Good stretch this way. Just stretch out and straighten up the kneecaps, right? But hopefully you'll be able to at least hang for a little bit. If you can do that, then we're good to go. Okay? So this is called grasping sun, pressing earth. Okay, so hands to the side like this. I'm going to bring the hands in front of my body this way. Bring it up. As I'm taking the shirt off, reach out and I'm grasping the sun's energy. Now, this is not a tight fist. It's a fist with a hole in it, like I'm holding a little robin's eggs, right? Gonna bring this in front of my body. And I'm gonna bring it back as if I'm skiing. I'm gonna scrub the area that we did when we did the tonification for the liver. Same thing, we're scrubbing this area, right? And we put the hands on the kidneys. Now I can have the hands like this, or I can have them like this. It's up to you, right? Whatever's best for you. I'm looking up, I'm inhaling. Take a deep breath, and then I exhale. I'm gonna bend over at the torso, but I'm gonna keep my head up. And my elbows are up too, right? I exhaust all the air out of my lungs. And then I take a deep breath in, and then I'm just gonna release the shoulders, release the head, and slowly just drop. And I like to trace the sides of my legs, and just gonna hang. Let the spine just hang out. And if I can, I'll touch the floor. Now rock back, push the feet into the floor, and slowly ragdoll myself up. Should feel really good, especially coming up. All right, so there's a lot of moving parts. So, and then you have to get the breath in there as well. So, once again, hands to the side. Bring the hands in front of the body. I like to bend the knees. I cross the hands. Take a deep breath in as I bring the hands out. Grasp the side. Bring the hands in front of the body, crossing as I exhale, and I'm bending my knees. Deep breath in as I pull back, scrubbing. Hands to the kidneys. Looking up, shoulder blades are touching. Bend forward at the torso, exhaling, keep the head up. Empty the lungs, deep breath in, and then exhale as I go down, stretching. Slowly come up, I just drop my tailbone, push the feet into the earth, slowly bring my body up. Okay, one more time. Hands to the side. Swing the hands in front of the body. Inhale. Arms cross. Bend the knees. Exhale. Pull back. Scrub. Inhale. Hands on the kidneys. Looking up. Exhale. Lower the body halfway. Head is up at the torso. Inhale here. And then exhale down. Drop tailbone, push the feet into the earth, slowly come up. Great. Awesome. Okay, so next we're going to do what's called pulling bow and arrow, and it's going to require a wide stance. So feet are together. Feet with the feet, heels behind the toes. Feet with the feet, heels behind the toes, bend the knees. Good. Straighten the knees now, and just bring the hands up this way. Look to your right, and just do like a bow and arrow, like you're doing a bow and arrow, stretching out this way, holding it. This time, I'm going to bend the knees as I stretch the arrow and hold. And just hold and breathe. Let go of the arrow, come back up. Hands come together again. Prayer position. Knees are straight. Look now to your left. Pull the bow and arrow. Get used to just pulling this first, right? Go back, pull, and then bend the knees. And hold. And let go. Sweet. Perfect. Great. All right. Next, we're going to do Tiger, King Wright's Tiger with Fiery Eyes. And it's basically this sonification thing that we did, except it's with a fist. The same process that we use for the up and down from last week, we do the same thing for this one. And then, so once again, remember you're here, and if I do this, I'm bending and stretching this way. I come up, I stand, I turn the ball over. I go ahead, I scrub, I bend the knee as I inhale, exhale as I bring it back, right? Turn the ball over. Now I'm gonna make a fist, right? And I'm going to do the same principle, bend the knee, scrub, looking forward, up, inhale, bring it back, turn it over, bend, scrub, inhale, exhale back, over, inhale, exhale, over, inhale, exhale, over, inhale, bend, exhale, over, inhale, bend, exhale, over, inhale, bend, exhale, over, inhale, bend, exhale, over, inhale, and bend. And relax. Down, walk the feet up. Do your Mr. Miyagi, rubbing the hands, getting them all nice and toasty. And as always, we place them on our kidneys. And this next thing is called King shakes his body. Place the hands on the kidneys. Feet are together. All I'm going to do, if you can do this, great. If you can't, then just stand in this position and breathe. But I'm going to bring my body up. I'm going to hold this for a good long time. Inhale. Exhale. And when I come down, I don't lower. I actually drop. Yeah. So push up. Hang. And then I drop. Up. And then I drop. One more time. Up. Oops, lost my balance. And then I drop. Okay. Great. Shake it out. Yeah. So this opening up, stretching up over this way, right? This twisting, any kind of twisting, these are the things that we want to be comfortable with. I don't want you to over twist or over stretch. We're just opening, right? So it's not about how far you can go. It's just opening all this area up, right? Wonderful. Great. Okay, so now let's go back to our original work utilizing the footwork, the figure 8 footwork, right? Inhaling, pushing back, pushing back, pushing back. Yeah, this whole thing here. Remember our kidney tonification sequence, right? We'll start with the left hand. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Good. Switch to the other side. Good. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. And remember some of our twisting here. Twisting, shifting, here, switching. Right? There's 4 of those. And let's work on our hips, which is what we're here for, the hips, right? Once again, shifting to one part of the body, turning this foot in, making sure we're squeezing all this here. This knee is straight, this calf is stretching, this knee is bent, it's pointing in the same direction as the big toe. And you can either hold this position or you can go ahead and twist and hold what's called 7 stars press earth. We're going to shift to the other side. So bring the hands down, right? Turn this foot in, post to the other side, pick up the toe, turn the body. This knee is straight, this knee is bent, this is facing the camera, right? Making a sausage triangle. You just hold this position here, or you can just embrace the heart. And I am turning my torso. So there is it's a funky thing. You need to worry about this. This is really more for you to just get these hips, just get them in and out, pliable and flexible. And you do that just by holding and squeezing. So you don't pull, you just push them in and hold, right? Because if you contract them and let them go, then the blood rushes in, basically. So how do you get a good night's sleep? You work really hard during the day to where you exhaust yourself, right? So you do the opposite of what you want, basically. I don't know if that's a Taoist principle. I don't know if it's, I mean, is it universal? Can you be so poor that you get rich? I don't know. I'm trying that way. I don't know if it works. I don't know. It'd be great if it was. I'm so poor that I can get rich. Perfect. Release the hands. Turn. Shake it out. Go back and forth. Right? Right? Those tendons in the hips are hopefully getting that warmth, that expanding and contraction. All right, next, we're going to go ahead and do the dividing heaven and earth. Post to your left, lift up this heel, turn this knee, point to this knee, divide up, palms, heaven, and then earth down, and hold. Down and prayer position. Put that heel down. Pose to the opposite side. Lift up that heel. Turn it. Divide heaven and earth. Prayer position. Come back down. Take it. Just take it. Yeah. Yeah. Just take it. It's right. Next, we're going to do the stance called the boss stance. Sorry, it's my daughter. It's okay. Boss stance. In Chinese, this the ba is in characters. It's two lines that are drawn out that way, and we're doing that with the legs, right? It's ba. The feet looks like it's boss. That's why they call it boss stance. We just say pigeon-toed, right? Hands come up, fingers pull back. Relax. Good. Next, we're going to do this twisting like rope, which we did last week, right? So break it down. Foot is placed here. Step. I like to just get this kind of balance. There is an international martial art where it's called Bagua, where we actually hold these positions like this. This is so it's kind of a prep when I teach, but in actuality, this back heel is going to be pointed to the sky, right? And I'm trying to get my balance. If you have a knee issue, you can have the knee this way and just hold and you can just twist the body this way. Do not go past your limit, okay? Top hand turns to heavens. Bottom hand turns to earth this way. Hold. Start up high and then slowly just bend below the thighs. Do not go beyond your limit. Go to where your burn is. You're going to feel the burn in the thighs. That's okay. Right? Let the thighs burn, but don't go beyond the burn. But right up to where that burn is, where it begins, just hold it. Normally we go all the way down like this, right? But don't worry about that. You don't need to do that at this stage. Perfect. Up. Other side. Switching. Step. Move this way. Up. Turn the heavens. Turn the earth. Up. Straighten up. And then load the thighs. Go to where your burn is and hold it. Just stay how you need to go. You don't have to go low. No reason to go low. Just stay. And relax. Good. Perfect. We did the riding tiger. We'll get to that last. Next, I've got, standing on one leg, right? You can use a wall or a chair. And I'm just going to put all my weight on one leg, and I'll start by pointing first. And then when I'm comfortable, I'll bring it up to my ankle, and then up to my knee, and then out. Now I'm going to use my core muscle, right? And then go to the side, right? Other side, shift up, here, and then up, down, perfect. And if you're using a chair, that's fine. Up, and if you're not using a chair, I can palm the heavens, palm the earth, here, and hold. Turn it out at an angle. Use my stomach muscles. And normally we do a twisting, but don't worry about that. Just stay right where you are. And then down. We shift to the other part, right? Here. Get used to this. Put up. Here. Palm the heavens, palm the earth. Hold. Position. If you're down here, that's fine. If you're using a chair, that's fine. Doesn't matter. You know, use a chair. Go ahead and do whatever works. But try to use your core, right? Relax. Perfect. Good. Okay, so we've got just two more. So remember we did this motion here. Last week we did this, right? And this last few minutes ago, we did this, right? Stretching it out, right? So this next one requires this bending to the side. Once we were opening up, flexibility to the side. So watch closely. I'm going to shift all the weight to this back foot. And normally the foot would be here, but don't worry about where the foot's going to be. What I want to do is reach over. The palm is facing out this way. This hand is going to go up this way. And I'm just going to hold this position. Right? Now, if you have a problem with the knee, then you can just do this and hold. Normally we're doing this, so there's no weight on this leg. Right? This is called crescent moon, and just gonna stretch. And we're just opening this whole area up and holding. And this elbow goes back, so never here in the back it goes. You should be able to see the ceiling. Now slowly shift up. We'll go to the other side, right? Over first. Get used to that. Make sure you're good and sturdy. And then do the palm like this. Right? And then here. And slowly come up. Good. So it's called crescent moon. Right? And then the other one is ride the tiger, which we did last time because it was seemingly the most easiest to do. So wide stance, turn the feet out here and there and hold. Yeah. And just keep the torso perpendicular with the earth. And then we'll switch, and then other side. And relax, good. X. There is one more. This one is going to be very hard for you. I'll show it to you. It's not really necessary, right? My advanced students who've been with me for years do this next one is they'll try to conquer it, but it's not really important for you to do this one, but I'll show it to you anyway. It's called a natural palm. And the idea is that I'm going to put all the weight on this outside foot, no weight on this foot, right? No weight here. But I'm going to touch my toe to the earth, right? I'm going to sit down, right? And one hand comes here, one hand goes here. I'm just going to hold this position. Now you're going to really feel this in the thigh, right? That's why I'm not really concerned about you getting this one. I'm just going to show it to you. So if you want to give it a try, you can. But I don't know if it's really important at this stage. So just going to be sitting and holding this position. And And so the butt is out, right? No weight here, right? It's called the cat stance. And then and this thigh is compressed, right? It's really compressed, right? And then come up and do the other side, all right? So go ahead, bend, touch, no weight here, hand here, and then just hold. Butt is out, okay? And that thigh is getting the massive workout of heaven and heck. Okay? And relax, good, excellent. So those are the movements that we do in the winter series, and they're called 8 vessels, and I think that they're really great for a lot of different reasons. Even spiritually, these movements help with the spiritual development. It's a whole other class. But the physical benefits of holding these positions cannot be ignored. If done right, these physical movements can totally change your life, right? It's a key piece of our practice. So my advice is to not let the burns scare you away. Do not go past your limit. Go to where the limit is and just hover right there. Eventually, if you do it every time, the burn will disappear, and you'll find that you organically are getting the structure that you need and the strength to go even deeper, and that just comes with time, right? But primarily, what I want to do with these is to flush open these hips, right? These adductors, right? And you're able to do this way and go that way. You know, you want to be able to expand and contract. Really important, because this way and that way and this way and that way, and open and close and open and close. Really key piece here, because we want to make sure that there's blood and then there's qi that's flowing into the hip sockets. It's going to go a long way to make sure that you don't have any hip issues, okay? Now, the other thing I wanted to show you, and I know I skipped over a bunch of stuff, is particularly the healing sounds. We'll go back to that a little bit later. I wanted to show you the principles of task walking. Now, task walking is a part of the Tai Chi series. And whenever we practice water Qi Gong, we do Tai Chi, because Tai Chi is considered a water martial art. Whereas Bagua is a spinning fall martial art, right? Bagua it's called spinning Qigong. It's a whole thing altogether. That's in the fall. That's a metal or air spinning martial art. The 5 animals in traditional Kung Fu, that's a fiery or heart martial art. So and those are done specifically. You know, the hands are done in a particular way and the speed's done in a particular way. So it's important that you learn how to task walk, because what I want to impress upon you is the importance of actually walking correctly, right? So when people walk, people don't really walk. People just slap their feet on the ground. That's what they're doing. They're not really walking, right? They just, or they're walking on their heels, or they're up on their toes, you know, or they're bumped like that. You know, I mean, they're not really walking. They're just kind of gliding over the planet. Tai Chi teaches you how to walk in a way that you never thought possible before, right? So the principle of task walking is very simple. When you walk, there's always a space between the foot. You're never walking in a straight line, you know, like when you're on the drunk road or something like that. You're always doing a C step. You're always landing with your heel. You're always picking up and you're turning out. Once again, we're opening up the muscles in the adductor region here, pushing down and slowly shifting the weight. Once again, this concept of standing on one foot, shifting the weight on this one foot. and then preparing for the next one. So let's break it down. I will show you in this direction first. So start off with your your left foot at a 45-degree angle. Bend the knee and shift all the weight on this back foot and dot. Not like this dot, but back, right? And there's maybe a little bit of weight on this toe, a little bit. You can do like 90-10 or something like that. When I step, I'm going to point, pull up the toe, land down with the heel. Press, shift all the weight over into this foot. Then I'm going to pick that foot up again. Then I turn it out, open this up completely, right? Shift down, pour the weight from the back foot all the way over to the heel and dot, right? And then same thing, we'll repeat again. Once again, I'm going to C step, meaning I'm going to make a C with the foot, right? C with the foot. And I'm going to pull up on that toe, drop, heel to the ground, right? Press the gas. Good. A little bit, make it a little bit lighter. Peel up on that toe, turn it out. See, I'm turning, this whole thing is now turned out. And the dog is rolling. Shifting down, pour all the weight, onto the heel, and then dot. Great. So now if you really need to open up and use the wall, you can do that too. Now in Tai Chi, we don't go up and down Tai Chi, but I'm doing that with everybody because we're working these thighs. Press the gas and notice that this knee is always over the ankle. This foot is 45 degrees. Okay. Peel, turn out, shift, dot. C step, heel down, push. Stormy, you're in the way, sweetie. There we go. Over there, over there, over there. Stormy, come on, Stormy. Stormy, 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 you're a good girl. You're a good girl. You're a good girl right there. Perfect, perfect. She's a perfect girl. Down. Up. Down. Right? Pull back. Open. Step. Down. And then up. Open. Down. So we'll go in this direction. Bend this knee, dot here, C step, heel hits the ground, press, open up this, this is called another form of horse stance, right? Taoist horse stance in a way. Open this up, knees are bent, opening up, shift back, peel the toe, turn it out, 45-degree angle, shift, pour all the way onto this heel, and slowly dot. Then pick up the toe, step out, heel hits the ground, press down, open up, shift back, peel the toe, turn it out, 45-degree angle, press on the gas, shift all the weight onto this foot. So the idea here is that, so it's a bit repetitive, but as I'm doing this process, heel hits the ground, bend the knee, pick it up, turn it out, press the gas, dot, step out, C step, making a space between the feet, bend, pick up, turn out, and shift. Press the gas and shift. Okay. So I want you to sort of think about that. When you walk around the house, just pick up, turn out, shift, pick up. First, you want to press the gas, then go back, peel it up, turn it out, and then shift forward. Good. That's what you want to do.
Stormy.
Pick it up, press,
Stormy.
press, pull back, turn it out. Shh, Stormy. Shh, shh, shh. Thank you.
Of course.
Press the gas. And then out, down. Good. Knees are bent. And then up. Okay. So I want you just to sort of meditate on that. So don't do it in the middle of the street where you're crossing the street against the light. Don't do that. But if you start thinking in terms of pushing and pressing and up and out, that gives you more mobility and recovery when you walk. And you'll be able to shift the weight in a way that's going to be safer for your body. And at the same time, you're pushing and pressing and kneading the ligaments in the feet so they stay nice and warm. And that will help you facilitate better circulation, and hence the hips and the knees won't have any problems with that, right? So out here, press in this way, shift, pick the toe up, press the gas, peel the toe, turn it out, press the gas in 45-degree angle, press, and then same thing, press the gas, peel the toe, turn it out, and then dot, okay? So work on the dotting as a transition, right? But in actual Tai Chi, the dot, they don't really dot. They just go right into it. Go right into it usually. But we dot as a way of training self-control, right? So if you're looking at why I really believe in Tai Chi changed the way that I walk, is because I walk more economical than I did before, right? So if I'm walking, I actually walk with my whole feet. So I'm walking heel to toe. I'm actually gripping the floor with the feet. So it's not just dead feet slapping the floor, right? I'm actually squeezing my toes into the earth, right? Now look what I'm doing. If I want to change direction, I do the ba thing, and then I just go in the other direction. Ba position, right? Ba position. Ba position, open up. Ba position, open up. Ba position, open up. Right? If I want to walk back, I reverse, toe first. Cover the toe. But my foot is back here. It may hit, oh, there's something there, right? Right. So that's why I really think that in order for you to continue to improve circulation in the lower extremities, the knees, the hips, the feet, you have to walk differently. You can't walk the same anymore. You have to really walk with intention, really pushing the toes into the earth, right? Really pushing the toes into the earth, right? And if I want to shift back, I can shift back, but I'm just shifting back and forth. I can turn this foot this way and then this way and continue. But I'm walking with the purpose of really massaging the earth with my feet, right? Gripping the floor with my feet, So this kind of motion, this kneading is important. That way you're guaranteed to get circulation into the toes, right? That's what we're looking for. Once circulation is in the toes, then the meridians begin and end in toes and in the fingers and in the tops of the heads. And so as long as there's blood flow going into these meridians, these acupressure points, the messages get sent to the organs that they should be doing what they're doing, right? It's only when we get cold feet and there's no circulation, then we start having problems because there's no messages being sent from one of the important pieces, liver 1 down here to liver 14, responsible that gives the idea of making sure that there's circulation, right? So we want to make sure that we're constantly kneading the floor with our feet, stepping backwards, shifting, Pointing the toe is a great idea, right? Point the toe, point the toe. Try sliding sometime, right? I'm sliding. And then when you are in a situation where you need to stop, you need to look behind you, you shift first, you see what's going on, and then you recover and then go, right? So it's an economical way of handling walking and reacting to the challenges of life, basically. I do this all the time. When I'm walking with my mother walks with a walker, right? She doesn't walk as fast as I walk. So what do? Oh, she's going. She's gonna go. She's gonna go. She's gonna go. Shifting back and forth. She's turning around. Here we go. Back. Right? So walking with purpose. So just a thing you can try when you go for a walk, try to go heel toe. Heel toe. Try doing a heel toe. Really walking, right? And really feel. Like when you have shoes on, like when I walk, I don't feel my shoes anymore. That's why my shoes are in pieces. I destroy shoes because I walk. I'm too busy gripping the floor with my feet. My shoes are completely destroyed right now, right? So, so making sure that I'm walking and pressing into the earth and pushing into the earth. My feet are pushing into the earth through the shoe, and the shoe is not able to take it. So the shoe have to get new shoes because they're actually coming apart. They're all like frazzled and stuff like that, right? That's good. So go to the shoe box. So anyway, so try to do this heel toe thing. Just sort of walking around the house, right? And try to take your time to pick up and turn to the task walking. And other things too that you may find interesting is that your hips, your tailbone will be going up and down. That's what it's supposed to do. This whole thing, brass basin, is all setting us up for the task walking. I'm just walking, right? So if you notice that, oh, that's why we do that. That's why I showed that to you the first week, right? This whole thing, brass basin, or pouring the cup, right? So think about all those different things. So your homework is, I want you to walk. Homework is walking, task walking. Try to do the task walking as much as you possibly can, right? Try to do as much as you can and just slow it down. Even if you got to use the wall, that's okay. Use the wall because you need that balance. That's okay. Making sure that we're opening up. There's no straight knees. All the knees are bent. We want this open. This is wide open, right? Right? This foot is like a 45-degree angle. This foot is straight ahead, right? If I shift, all the way it goes back here. I turn it up. I'm opening this whole thing up, opening up the hips. Then I shift in this position here, step out, making sure I have a space. Press the gas, bend the knees, up, turn it out, and then shift, okay? So those are the things that's the homework for after this. So we went through a lot today. We did a little bit of that stretching. I just wanted to open up this whole rib cage area, right? Stretching up the hamstrings. If you get a chance to stretch the hamstrings out, moving forward, do that. Try to do that. As we get into our 50s and 60s, this shrivels up, and then therefore the moisture within our body starts to dissipate. So we want to make sure that we stretch the hamstring, because a meridian connected to the water element is shrinking, and we want to make sure that's nice and long and conductive. Okay, great. So that's it for today. This is number 4. And we'll be back with some more videos. Let's bring down heavens, inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down, and then up, exhaling down. Excellent. Thanks very much. Be blessed.